Hello beautiful people, my name is Sandra Ihesye and welcome to my channel. Some of you might be familiar with me from my old channel called Long Mouth. That was like a few years ago. I decided to start something new, and this time I am going solo. I've been wanting to do this for the longest time, but things just keep happening, but I thought I would do it this time around and stick to it. And today I decided I would speak on something that has been on my heart for quite a while now, and it's something that's also in trend, which is beautiful. Self-love. Self-love is something that everyone is saying right now, which is great, and I feel like everyone should be on track because it's such a positive affirmation and such a positive statement and a phrase to put out there and believe in. But the one thing I have come to learn is that, or more like realize, is that we're being told love yourself, love yourself, love yourself, but no one really explains what it means to love yourself or how to even love yourself. And that's why you can see people say it, but their life shows otherwise. It's almost like, yes, I love myself, I want to love myself, I love myself, but how exactly do I go about that? So I began to ask myself, like, Sandra, you as a person, what does self-love mean to you? And the first thing I did was to break down the word self-love. And I asked myself, what does love mean to you? And for me, on a larger scale and scheme of things, love to me is an action word. It means to do. So I thought of it and I'm like, okay, to do, love, and self. So to do something for self. Self-love. Okay. But I went to the Oxford Dictionary to get a more concrete and clear definition. And Oxford says, self-love is a regard for one's well-being and happiness. Like, it's really that clear and simple. And I think that that's like the best definition, because the truth is, if you love yourself, you wouldn't want to compromise your well-being. You would want to ensure that you feel happy, you feel at peace and at ease. So today I have decided to share 5 tips on how to love yourself. Just keep in mind that I will also make references to friendships and romantic relationships, because I do feel like we understand those relationships better than we understand relationship with self. And I do think that if you're struggling with relationship with self, you might also struggle in relationship with other people, because if you don't understand yourself, then you might not really enjoy or reap the benefits of relationships outside of yourself. So today I have decided to share 5 tips on how to love yourself. The first one is making promises and sticking to them. How many of us can testify to the fact that sometimes you make promises to yourself and you never fulfill them? Yeah. But you make promises to your friends and you show up and you pull through for them, like, whoa, you're a superman or superwoman. But when it comes to yourself, you never really do those things for yourself. You say, okay, I will start going to the gym, I'll start eating healthy, I will apply for more jobs, I would start a channel, I would start writing, I will start engaging with people even more. And you make all of these promises to yourself, but you barely even keep one. It's like, how do you say you love yourself if you're constantly letting yourself down? Because think about it this way. Imagine you and a friend or a romantic partner agree to meet at a particular place and time, and the person doesn't show up. How does that make you feel? Do you feel let down? Do you feel uncared for? And do you feel unloved? Especially when they can't even give you a substantial reason as to why they couldn't show up for you. And that's essentially what you do to yourself when you don't pull through for yourself, when you don't show up to yourself, and when you don't meet up to those commitments and promises you have made to yourself. So that's like a very, very important tip on how to love yourself. Number 2, stop comparing yourself to other people. I know there are certain comparisons where it's like you should strive for that level of excellence, of greatness, and you're working to attain it, and you admire the person. And there is a comparison whereby you just say to yourself, girl, what I do with your life? It's like and really, like, it's not fair for you to do that to yourself. Imagine if you're in a relationship and someone is constantly comparing you to others. Like, girl, you go to the gym twice a week, that person is hitting the gym 5 times a week. Your legs are beautiful, but did you see her legs? Goddamn. How would that make you feel? Would you feel like, what am I even doing with this person? Why am I constantly being compared to this person? You would feel like you're not enough. And that is what you do to yourself, where you're constantly comparing your life, your journey, your progress with other people's achievements. And the truth is, you don't really know what happens in their life. You don't know the decision, you don't know the steps, you don't know the work and effort they have put in to get into that place. So instead of comparing yourself, just see that as some sort of motivation as well, some sort of inspiration to attain what you want to attain, rather than just looking down on yourself and belittling yourself. Number 3, words of affirmation. This is so important, because oftentimes we want people to tell us how beautiful we are, how loving we are, how lovable we are, how kind and charitable we are, but we never say those things to ourselves. And I know this might seem weird and strange to have to like tell yourself you're strong, you're capable, you can do it, you are doing it, you're smart, because it might make it seem like you're so burgalicious, and you're so proud, but really, like, you're full of yourself. Like, fam, if you're not full of yourself, who else are you supposed to be full of? Because I mean, so it's up to you to make those words of affirmation to yourself. There's certain times whereby I do something that is magnificent, I catch myself doing it, and I go like, damn girl, that was smart. Are you telling me I have to sit around and wait for someone else to say those things, or for someone else to witness it before I hear those words? Like, I owe it to myself to remind myself. And also there is also something called the self-fulfilling prophecy. This is basically when you say things to yourself that you're striving to be. So for example, if you want to be a more forgiving person, then you begin to say to yourself, I am a forgiving person, I am a kind person, I'm a loving person, I'm helpful to others, I am charitable. So you begin to say those words to yourself, things that you're aspiring to become, things that you're striving to become. You begin to say them to yourself because you're deserving of those things. You're not going to sit around and wait for someone else to say it to you, because the truth is, how long are you going to be waiting for? Number 4, quitting habits that are not healthy for us. I feel like right now we're in the time and season where unhealthy habits is like cool. Like, you hear someone say, last night I drank 10 bottles of champagne and today I couldn't even go to work. I mean, if you can handle your liquor, then go for it, girl. Go for it, man. But if it's going to hinder you from achieving your goals, if it's sabotaging your dreams, then maybe you need to reevaluate those habits, and begin to just minimize on them, because saying quitting them can be quite challenging, especially if it's something you have gotten used to. So at least start by minimizing them, because you can't be doing things that are detrimental to your well-being and your growth, and you say you love yourself. It doesn't really add up. You think about it, if you're in a relationship or a friendship and your partner or your friend is just zero time conscious, they don't have regard or value for time, and they're constantly keeping you waiting, or they're constantly late, how would that make you feel? You would feel like, this person doesn't even value me, they don't even care for me, they don't care about my time, and they don't respect me. You would feel annoyed. So why would you do that to yourself? Why would you continually engage in habits that are going to hinder you and sabotage you from fulfilling it? Number 5, accepting yourself. This might sound contrary to what I've just said about quitting habits that are detrimental and those that hinder your growth, but at the same time, you have to understand that it's almost impossible for you to make changes to your life if you haven't accepted them, owned up to them, and just taking responsibility. So I do feel like acceptance of self is such an essential part, and it's such a way to show that you love yourself. Imagine you have a friend whom you dearly love, but you see that they're not really doing so well and functioning in certain parts of their life. Won't you bring it to their forefront and being like, girl, I really love you and care so much about you, hence I'm saying this to you. But allowing them know that regardless of those mistakes, regardless of their shortcomings, you still accept them for whom they are. So it's very important to accept yourself for whom you are, your size, your skin color, your sex, your job, your friends, your decisions, your behavior, your mistakes. It's about accepting, accommodating, owning up to those things, and re-evaluating those things, seeing things that you want to improve on, things that you want to let go of, and just striving for better. I mean, this is like one of a clear indication of how much you truly love yourself, because if you love yourself, you would want the best for yourself. But wanting the best for yourself means accepting what is now, for you to begin to walk on the path of what is to come. And I do feel like at the end of the day, we're all striving for a level of self-actualization, which is basically where you go, I am in my own now. I know who I am. I love myself for who I am, and I love myself for who I'm becoming. However, I do think it's also essential for me to add this. Remember, at the beginning of this video, I had said that self-love is basically doing something for self. Showing yourself that you love yourself is basically doing something for yourself. So keep in mind that it's possible for your level of self-love to decline, and this essentially happens when you don't do those things for yourself. Think about a friendship or romantic relationship. When your partner or your friend doesn't commit to you as much as they used to, when they don't do things to show you that they love you, then the relationship begins to decline as well. And that is what happens to yourself. So it's very possible for your level of self-love to go from here to here to here to here. But in as much as it's able to decline, just know that it's able to incline again. So it's about just those commitments and taking actions to ensure and show yourself how much you truly care and value your well-being and happiness. And I really do hope this video has been helpful, and please do not forget to leave a comment down below if you do feel like you have something to share for all of us to learn and grow from. Please leave it in the comment section, and also do not forget to like this video, and please subscribe to my channel, share, and until